transitioning from this world to the other world.
Aww.
Yeah, and it's just such a blessing to have had the privilege to have him live in my heart and connect with him.
Mm-hmm.
So with honoring him and honoring all the guardians that hold space for us individually and collectively, and honoring the indigenous lands of where we are at here in Savannah, and those indigenous people who were brought here without their permission, the Gullah, the Geechee, the Cree, the Wali, the Yamakra, and all those peoples who are, woo, did you hear that one?
I heard it said.
They're coming with us. Wow, that was an acorn falling on my tree, on my car. They're saying hello.
They are saying hello.
And the ancestors and the elements of this land, the live oaks, and every element of this land, the waterways, the Spanish moss, and everything. So having said that, I am humbled to say that I am a child from the lineage of what I call the Anunnakis, but I don't know. Assyrians, Assyryan, Assyrians.
Mm-hmm.
And I lived in the land of Persia. Mesopotamia is our roots. So, and I've had the humble privilege of being a settler immigrant here in the United States of America, which I'd like to call just United States.
I understand being someone who was born here in the United States. I get it completely.
Yeah. And then, yeah, I'm humbled to be called to be in this space and time in my life through all my other past lives and all the fun stuff, where I can be of service to the community at large in Savannah, all this area online, of course, these days. And as shamanic practitioners pre-COVID, we did that. We worked remotely. It works stronger, actually. And also to be of service to my friends and family.
Mm-hmm.
So what do? I basically listen, I hold space and allow for you to find your pathway to the divine or nature or quantum physics. It doesn't matter what your spiritual or religious background was or is now. I just guide you to a place where you can receive your own guidance.
Mm-hmm.
I just hold the space for you to find your way. And this helps people with anxiety, with feeling lost, with needing to let go, to clear away, or what some people call clearings or cord cuttings or all of that. And honestly, none of those are necessary, but it's good to start there if that's what you feel called to. What is necessary is just to remember that you are a manifestation of the divine feminine. Everything in the world is a manifestation of the divine feminine, and the divine masculine is the unmanifest.
Interesting. Can you touch a little bit more on that? What that is?
Sure. That is basically, well, let me tell you what it's not.
Okay, let's start there.
The divine masculine is not young men who find, for example, their third eye, or women, or whatever in between. It's not where people who have money go and find ayahuasca.
Yes.
And then they try to shoot it up into their third eye.
Oh my Lord.
I've heard crazy stuff.
Oh yeah, I've heard some stuff and a half. I completely get it.
So that's toxic masculinity. It's trying to shoot divine feminine inside you. Don't work not like that.
Right.
The divine feminine is your inner voice, the voice that you hopefully had the pleasure of experience from your mother. If not, you have the capacity to mother yourself as a man or a woman. To remind yourself that you're a child of God and you're loved, and you are the child of the divine or highest source, or that you are a miracle in the quantum physics of miracles that are out there that nobody knows how to understand. And we're here from the lovemaking of the divine masculine and the divine feminine, and that's why we're here. We're here to love ourselves and care for ourselves.
So
as in turn caring for others and the world.
Yes, for sure. When you work with someone who does not know who like how to love themselves and care for themselves, what's that process like for you?
Thank you for asking that question. It for me, the process is the most rewarding thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's the biggest gift I can receive. Is that what you're asking, or what the process is like for a prospective person who wants to try, who feels like they're struggling with loving themselves? Shall I go there?
Yes, please. All of it.
Okay, well, I can't speak for everyone, but people say that they feel elevated and lighter, and they cry, and they finally can see the inner child whose voice they haven't taken the time to listen, the body parts that are suffering, who have been
Mhm.
trying to speak to the body from the depths of the soul that we haven't had the chance to sit down and sit with. So a lot of tears come up, and a lot of times there's no tears. It's just a matter of visualizing what it's like to be fully loved by themselves.
Mm.
But I think it allows for people to find their own way.
Yeah, I
And,
agree with you.
and it's a kind of a habit thing, right? So, like, how often are you making time to know where is your north, south, east, west, where is earth, where is sky, when you wake up, during the day, in the evening?
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know, how connected are you to your ancestors? How connected are you to the environment?
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel fully happy about who you are? Do you feel lost? I'm not saying I have answers to all these, by the way.
Right. But it's just those are thought-provoking questions that I think a lot of people may want to kind of like practice asking themselves on a daily basis to see where
Yeah.
they are in their lives, with the journey that they may be on at the moment in time. And I think oftentimes people really self to see where they are and like be in tune with what they're feeling, what energy's circulating through the body and stuff like that. So it's very interesting. I want just to ask to get your take on that, like with when you're working with somebody, do you create a specific type of like rituals for them, or how do
Yeah,
they?
I have a general formula I follow that I'd like to
Mhm,
start with, but of
mhm,
course, it's all about give and take. So I notice how they receive what I offer, and I
mhm.
ask them, and then see if they want to co create with me and whatever comes to them, because, you know, I can't do the work for them. That's the first thing I say.
Exactly.
So if they want to engage themselves, then let's go for it. I just give them the space to do that, because
Mhm.
they're just as their response to what's being offered um, is more important than the medicine I can give them.
That's true. And I feel like people have to be willing, open, and ready to do this work. It's
Yeah,
not it's because it's uncomfortable, it's painful. It's a whole bunch of things because sometimes there's feelings and emotions that have been laying
yeah,
dormant. And once you start
yeah.
going into doing the
And
work,
it's a funny thing you just said that, because I think the best medicine is the medicine my mom has been giving me all along, which I've been ignoring all these years, which is a little by little, step by step.
mhm,
So it doesn't have to be that you can come in and have this like aha blah 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 life changing thing, or it doesn't have to be that, you know, you need to be exactly where you're at. If
yeah,
you're scared, unsure, then that's good. You want to try a little bit, let's try a little bit. You want to like try a little bit and go away, great. You,
right,
you
yeah,
want to come every day, fine.
yeah. It's different for different people. Hey, Tina Jackson, looking forward to seeing you on your segment coming up soon. But I think too that
Bye.
Tina's awesome. I've known her for Lord, a long time. But it's just interesting. So when you talk about medicine, like what is your definition of medicine and how do you utilize medicine?
Thank you, that's a great question. My definition of medicine is something that slows you down to pay attention,
Mm.
something that brings you inward to the inner beloved, your heart,
Mm-hmm.
and something that can be painful.
Yeah.
You know, I taught for a lot of years in my previous life, and one thing I noticed is students' hesitation for learning, and some students' eagerness for learning.
Mm-hmm.
It's all welcome, but it's transformation and change is not comfortable.
It's not comfortable at all, not in the least.
So sometimes it seems comfortable and you want to do it and you're excited and great, let's go. And then you step in and you're like, holy shit.
What did I sign up myself for? I was not prepared for this shit at all.
And that's okay. That's part of it.
It is part of it for sure, for sure. I think the other question I want to ask you too is there a compliment or review that sticks out to you that someone's complimented you about when you're helping them with your work?
Yeah, I'm grateful that I have a lot of really good reviews.
Mhm.
So I would say the one compliment someone has given me is, I think it's thank you for helping me slow down because now I can move faster and I don't have to waste my time.
Wow. That's profound and very interesting for them to tell you, thank you for helping me slow down so I could move faster. And I understand that because when you're in a space of slowing down, you're able to like really see, hear, and feel on so many different levels that it does cause you to move a little faster, but it's being more present with the self when you're moving faster.
Yeah. I mean, you know, time is infinite, space is infinite. We have
Yes.
all the time in the world and we belong anywhere we want to be.
Hmm.
But, you know, you chose to come here right now. The Lord, divine quantum energy sent you here right now.
Hmm.
So, how do you want to choose to spend your time?
Exactly.
Fresh.
Exactly. I agree 100%.
It's good to daydream. It's good to like take your time to slow down. But it's also not that great to keep working and doing a lot without thinking. So this nature is that way too. Nature goes fast and it slows down, then it dies, you know, then it
Mhm.
wakes up. So these cycles are important to be able to, you know, do that type of dance in your life and learn from nature and learn from the words of whatever you were brought in scripture, whether it worked for you, to new spiritual transformational literature from other
Mhm.
cultures, from Buddhism, from Taoism, for anything that's out there. Islam, there's deep
Yeah,
teachings in Islam and in Sufism, anything, whatever. Keep on learning. Guess what? They all go to the same place. We know that, but find the way that works for you today, right now,
absolutely.
and bring people along with you.
Absolutely.
So, just
Beautiful.
the last quick thing. Um, it's important that you do what you love, that by doing it from the place of loving it, so much abundance is coming your way already,
Absolutely.
and that you get to figure out how to do this in a way that takes effort, time, and practice, but then you give.
Beautiful.
Give. Yeah.
So, can you tell us about any special offers you have for the holidays?
Yes, I'm super excited about offering people a bundle of working with me 3 times. First session is about 45 minutes, then about an hour and a half to 2 hours. So it's like a 3 segment session, a little bit more, and a lot more, where it'll
Mhm.
take you to um, a sort of check in. How are you? Where are you at? A good understanding, and then a sand painting, which takes you to work with nature on your own. What you need to release, what you need to be grateful for, and what you want to call in for. Then we go into a massive session about energy balancing. And then from there, we can move towards a deep shamanic journey that takes you into the life you want to envision into becoming.
Nice. I love that.
And then
Awesome.
there's a couple packages too about home blessings, which is a great time for the year with the holidays. And then finally,
Hmm.
um, there's an option for trying something like big, like cord cutting. A lot of people want to sever ties from things that don't serve them well, but they also want new opportunities between those relationships. So
Absolutely. So thank you so much for joining the
thank
stream.
you so much. Yes.
Absolutely, absolutely. So make sure I go follow Sharokin. She know what she's doing up in these streets.